In May 2013, a silent ripple stirred in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. The deep-sea research vessel Kaisei had changed course due to a seismic anomaly. Something lay 11,000 meters below the ocean, and it wasn't rock or marine life. The first sonar image was captured at 2:17 a.m. The screen revealed a perfect circle, perfect symmetry, and in its center, a rectangular void, just like a door. The crew fell silent, because nature doesn't work with such symmetry at that depth. Japanese engineer Hideo Yamamoto stared at the image and uttered a single sentence: "If this was made by humans, then we are not human." The next morning, 3 divers were prepped. All of them were experienced. They had explored the Titanic's wreck, but this time there was something different in the air, as if the ocean itself was holding its breath. At 10:09 a.m., the descent began. All ship cameras went live, recording sound, visuals, coordinates, and pressure data. And then, at the 37th minute of the descent, the first scream. The video is still classified, but the audio was leaked. "The door, it's looking, it's seeing us." At the 43rd minute of the dive, all communication was lost. The radio went silent, temperature sensors failed, cameras went black. For 11 long minutes, there was nothing. Then, a single signal appeared. Only one person was ascending to the surface: Thomas Reeve, 39 years old, 287 deep dives on record. But when they pulled him out, he was no longer himself. His oxygen tank was still full, but he was unconscious. His pupils were dilated far beyond normal. His breathing was erratic. Under his fingernails, black residue. Worst of all, the corner of his mouth bore a mark, as if someone down there in the depths had burned a symbol into his skin. 4 hours later, Thomas opened his eyes. But he didn't speak. He only whispered one thing: the door wasn't a dream. After that, he fell unconscious again. Within 7 hours, his heart stopped. That night, the captain wrote a final note in the ship's log. "We brought him up, but something else came with him." After Thomas Reeve's death, the crew aborted the dive. But the sonar equipment kept recording. At 11,300 meters, the carvings above the doorway came into focus. Hundreds of spirals, curved lines, and in the center, a shape like an eye. The images were sent to NASA. Within 2 hours, a reply came. Annoyed. "These symbols may be the result of data errors. Terminate the investigation." But the Japanese team leader, Kazuki Arimura, refused to stop. He archived the images himself and ran a detailed scan. The first shocking match came from an Assyrian tablet discovered in 2002. The tablet described a ritual offering to the god that came from the depths, and the symbol was identical. Then came the discovery in Mexico, an Aztec priest's tomb. Carved into his chest bone was the same spiral eye mark. The same symbol appeared again on a tombstone from China's 5th Han Dynasty. Thousands of years, thousands of miles, but one single symbol. Someone or something had been watching us, or we had been watched all along, and only a few remembered the truth. Kazuki Arimura kept the sonar scans running through the night. At 3:46 a.m., the equipment went wild. The screen displayed a constantly repeating wave pattern, neither natural nor man-made. One of the crew members finally said, "This could be a voice." They played the recording. At first, all they heard was the low hum of pressurized water, but at the 17-second mark, the sentence came.
Set me free.
It sounded almost human, but not quite. The frequency trembled between 46 hertz and 72 hertz. The words never repeated, but what followed was a deep, resonant noise, like the breath of something with colossal lungs. The recording was sent to Tokyo University for analysis. 3 days later, the reply arrived.
This is not a voice. This is a conscious vibration.
Meaning, something wasn't speaking words, it was using the waves themselves to communicate, and if it could shift its frequency into our range, it could understand us. Whatever was behind that door wasn't sleeping. It was simply waiting. For 3 days, the ship made no further dives, but the signals kept coming. Enormous geometric shapes began appearing on the sonar scans, rising from the ocean floor, as if someone or something was writing a message. And these symbols belonged to no known language. In his final log entry, Arimura wrote, thoughtful, "The symbol has changed. It's no longer just an eye." The eye opened, and it looked. It looked back. That same night, the lights in the bridge went out. When the emergency generators kicked in, the radar showed a shape moving beneath the ship. Roughly 220 meters long, of unknown density, and slowly rising. Captain Harris McGlynn sent one last message to shore. Whisper. This isn't a creature. This is a place. The temple isn't a structure. It might be alive. 47 minutes later, contact was lost. The ship was gone. By the next morning, reconnaissance satellites sent to the area reported only emptiness, as if the vessel had never existed. But in the last sonar data, one image remained. A giant eye symbol carved into the ocean floor. The eye was closed, but its color was blood red. The final image leaked online. Grainy but unmistakable. On the ocean floor, a 300-meter wide eye. Many called it deepfake, others a staged operation. But that same eye had reappeared in 3 separate seismic wave maps over the last 7 years. Thoughtful. Coincidence? Or had the eye truly opened? One theory claims the temple was alive, and it had been put to sleep for thousands of years. Every myth of sea gods, serpents, and leviathans across the world may have been born from it, and now it's breathing again. Another theory is far darker. There is no temple, no door, no eye, but someone is planting it inside our minds. Reality itself may be collapsing. We may all be seeing the same shared madness. The ocean is silent, but that eye is still there. And perhaps the greatest prophecy was this: the door was already open before we touched it. The location of this temple is now known, and you know what happens to those who speak its name. Still, if you want the story to continue, type just one word in the comments: opened.